Hello friends, I hope you are doing great. Brandy here, and I want to show you today how to do a brief lymphatic massage focused on the neck, the face, and the breast tissue. More the armpit area, but that does help the breast drain as well. So hoping that this will help you feel even more spectacular. We have been focusing quite a bit here in our holistic lifestyle group about the lymph system for the last few days. And this is because at the same time, I'm also launching my new 4-week yoga series that is focused on lymphatic support. So we're learning about all this together. I just did a lymphatic rescue summit where I gained so much knowledge about the system of the body that is quite often overlooked. And it is so important that we do pay more attention to it because the lymphatic system is basically our toxic dump, our toxic waste dump. And it's very easily clogged. And the things that can clog it, we all deal with every day. So, well, not everything. So if you have a sedentary lifestyle, so hopefully you're moving, but if you're sedentary, that will impact it. Wearing tight clothes, these are things we can control. And making certain lifestyle choices like eating foods that are treated with pesticides and herbicides, using home and personal care products that have toxic ingredients in it. These are all things that can also clog this system and make it less efficient. But there are other things that are harder to avoid, like radiation. There's even some studies on Wi-Fi showing that it may impede flow and really affect your health and the body in general. And then also negative toxic thoughts. We know in traditional Chinese medicine that everything is connected. And if we're having dysfunction in the mind and heart, that can affect the body as well, especially this flow of circulation, of energy, of blood, and of lymph. So when it is backed up, we may have more issues with immune challenges. Leave it at that. You can read into it. Or even cellular dysfunction. So again, that phenomenon where the cells don't know when to stop growing. You could have issues like that when the lymphatic system is impeded. So there are a few challenges with this because the lymph system dumps into the cardiovascular system, and that is how the body detoxes. So from there, we exhale, we breathe out this waste, or we pee it out, poop it out, or sweat it out, and so those elimination organs can be affected as well if the lymphatic system is clogged. So if you see an issue anywhere, it may come back to upstream where the lymphatic system may be clogged. But the challenge is that the lymphatic system doesn't have its own pump like the heart does for the blood, or what the heart does for the blood. And the lymphatic system relies on movement, contraction of the muscles, and it pumps upward from the lower body up to the heart. And then, like I'm going to show you, there's regions in the upper body that drain down into the heart. So it relies on movement, and so doing things like rebounding, jumping up and down, doing dry skin brushing along the surface of the body, and even doing yoga postures. And yoga is awesome because it gets into the fascia. I forgot to mention this too, but scar tissue can also impede lymph flow. So yoga is really helpful at releasing that. But what I'm going to show you today, this manual massage, is probably the most effective way to get the lymph moving. So I'm going to show you just the upper torso here and the head. If you want to learn the whole massage, you'll need to come to my yoga classes, and I'll tell you more about that here at the end. So let's get right into it. If you use essential oils, that will accentuate, make this more effective. So I'm just going to use 2 drops of oils. So 1 drop of geranium, 1 drop of grapefruit. Really, any citrus oil is really effective in supporting the lymph system. And I'm just going to put a little dollop of fractionated coconut oil, which is very light, not too greasy. And so you could even brush this over clothes if you need to. And I'll give you a little preview here of where we're going to be working. So above the collarbones here, we could put the oil along the side of the neck, across the face, and then in the armpit region. And so we'll do that on the other side here. The neck, the face, armpits, and also behind the ears. Okay, so we're gonna get in here a little deeper. So we'll start with the hand that's opposite to the side you're working, and then go just behind the clavicle here, the collarbone. And we're gonna go into the junction of the shoulder and the collarbone and press down and in gently. And you could even round rub, make little circles. So about 4 circles in each region until just under the ear. Okay, and then we can brush gently the fingers across that region. And we're moving down a bit too, so in toward the heart. Okay, and then we're gonna come up here behind the ear, and we'll round rub there as well. And then stroke down from that region. So if you have issues with your ears, the chronic ear infections, you're most likely really tight and clogged in the lymph nodes that surround the ear and the SCM muscles here. Okay, now for the face, we're gonna come to the base of the face here, under the chin at the junction of the neck, and we'll make round rub circles, again about 4 over to the ear. And then you may need to switch hands, and we're just going to stroke over to the ear, and then go ahead and come up onto the chin, across the face, across the cheek, over to the ear, across the forehead, over to the ear, behind it again, and we'll stroke back down. And then you're actually going to dig your fingers a little bit into the armpit and squeeze it in, finding the area that is very sensitive, and just little pumpings in toward the breast, in toward the heart space. Okay, and then we can brush even more across. And we can pat all of these regions, again, to stimulate flow. Okay, and then we're just going to do that on the other side here. So again, I like to start across the body with the hand that's opposite, little round rubs behind the collarbone. So I'll go a little quicker this time. Behind the ear, stroking down. If you find anywhere that's sensitive, you'll maybe spend some extra time there. Okay, and at the top of the neck here, running across. And then we're going to stroke that area and across the face, over toward the ear where it's going to drain down. So behind the ear again, stroking. Okay, and then into the armpit. So if you have more puffy armpits instead of hollow pits, that could be an indication too that you need more circulation here. Okay, and then again, we'll stroke across. So I'm spending extra time here in the axilla. Across, and then pat these regions. And that is it. So you may want to follow this up, ladies, with a breast massage. I'm not going to show you that part. You could do that yourself, but very important that we have circulation everywhere. And to not just think of our bodies as muscle and bones, but there is a network that is beyond our comprehension. Here we're learning more about the lymphatic system, and even that, even beyond that, I mean, everything is linked. And when the body is communicating with you through pain, through swelling and inflammation, it's telling you that that region of the body needs more local support, and we can also be supporting it more systemically, and then with our lifestyle, supporting it that way. So I will put more information about my yoga series in the description. I know many people were interested in joining us live, so we did just have our first class yesterday, on May 6th. It is every Thursday, 8:30 Pacific time. However, you can watch the replays. You can do the replays at any time if you join my yoga and wellness community. So I have a huge library of all the yoga classes I have taught in there since we started this in March. So you could do this whole series in your own timing if you wish. So check that out. Let me know if you have any questions about that or this massage, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care.